Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyodokan. I'm Ryusei. Today I introduce one of the most traditional and important Japanese food culture, Osechi. Osechi is a special meal which we make and eat with our family and friends from the end of the year to January 2nd to 3rd. And we add many gorgeous dishes to these boxes, Zyubako. And I'd like to remain this traditional culture for the future, because making osechi becomes a good memory and it helps to keep good relationship with our family and relatives. Osechi makes people smile. And I learn about our culture so much. Osechi is an amazing box of Japanese spirit. I hope this video will be interesting and informative for you, and I wish it will be good for Japan as well. Yes, let's make it. At first, I'll introduce the top box. This box is most important and common in osechi. And we call this box Ichi-no-ju. First, I'll make namasu. Namasu is picked vegetables with sweet vinegar sauce. Normally, I use white radish daikon and carrot. I cut the ingredients into juliennes. In Japan, red and white color are auspicious colors, and we call this namasu kohaku namasu. Ko means red, and haku means white. Kohaku namasu is one of the most popular menu in osechi. Also, we need just daikon and carrot. I add yuzu to add the fragrance and the cucumber to make it beautiful. Next, Kobumaki. Konbu is Japanese name of dried crab, and I use dried herrings as fillings. Herring is famous in Hokkaido. I rehydrate the herrings with the water which I rinse the rice. I'm sure people hardly use dried herrings at home nowadays, because we don't learn how to use it and herrings have lots of bones. But dried herrings give unique flavor to the dishes. In this menu, Kobumaki, a herring is common ingredient. And there is a reason why we add Kobumaki in osechi. The part of the name Konbu is similar to yorokobu. Yorokobu means happy in Japanese, so Kobumaki is an auspicious menu as well. I tie it with kanpyo. Good. We add many auspicious menus in osechi. Next, kurikinton. Kuri is Japanese name of chestnuts. Kurikinton is sweet taste, that's why it's a very popular menu among children. The main ingredient is simmered chestnuts with syrup. I also use a sweet potato. Sweet potato is called satsumaimo in Japanese. The yellow color is important in this dish, so I peel off it. I soak them in the water for 1 moment, and I steam them until they become tender. The sticky sweet potatoes will help me to make kurikinton into a beautiful shape. Kurikinton is written by like this, and this kanji means gold and money. So we hope the success in the business. I mix them. And I cut the chestnuts into pieces. Then I wrap them with a paste of sweet potato and chestnut. Nice. Finally, I top chestnut on it. Next, kuwai. This is kuwai. Have you ever eaten it? This kuwai is made in Saitama Prefecture. Saitama Prefecture is next to Tokyo. The sprout has an important meaning in Japan. We hope to grow like a sprout. So I cook kuwai carefully not to lose the sprout. I peel off the skin with mukimono knife. The texture of kuwai is similar to potato and the taste is a bit bitter. Beautiful. Good. I soak them in the water for 1 moment. I boil it with gardenia to add yellow color. And simmer it with dashi. Simmered kuwai is done. Next, kazunoko. Kazunoko is herring eggs. Do you eat herring eggs in your daily life? They are preserved with salt, so I remove the salt from it. And the feature of kazunoko is nice crunchy texture. Kazunoko is an essential menu in Osechi. In Japan, we eat kazunoko to have lots of children. I soaked the kazunoko and komatsuru. This green color makes the box beautiful. Nice. Next, I'll introduce datemaki. Datemaki is baked and rolled egg. Normally, we mix the eggs with ground fish, but this time I use the hampen instead of it. The feature of datemaki is sweet taste, and the texture is soft and fluffy. Datemaki is also a popular menu among children. I bake it on the square pan. I cook it for 12 minutes over low heat, and I cover it with a lid. The tip is we should not open the lid. I open it. Good. I check it. Okay. I place it on makisu. And then I roll the egg. The look of it is similar to an old book, so the wish is getting new knowledges. Datemaki is done. Next, shrimp. Shrimp is an essential ingredient to make osechi gorgeous. And we add shrimp to help the longevity. Shrimp is called ebi in Japanese. I remove the D-vein. Good. I make the shrimp into carved. Nice. We hope we live long and healthy. I simmer the shrimp with dashi. I cook it in a short time to avoid overcooking. Beautiful red color. Next, tazukuri. Tazukuri is also called komame. Long years ago, this fish is used manure for the field, so the wish is abundant harvest. This fish is Japanese anchovy. I roast them to make them into crispy texture. I'll combine the sauce ingredients and I reduce the sauce. Okay, I add dried sardine to the pan and I coat it with the sauce. I mix them. Beautiful. I arrange them in the same direction. Okay, tazukuri is done. Next, tataki gobo. Tataki gobo is one of the most important menu in Kansai region. Also, I live in Kanto region. I love this menu. I smash the sesame and add sugar and other sauce ingredients. I mix them well. I cut gobo into bite-sized pieces. Gobo is one of the essential ingredients in osechi. Gobo is a long root, so it protects the area where we live. I coat gobo with sesame sauce. I smash the gobo and distribute the sauce to them. Okay, tataki gobo is done. The last menu in Ichinoju, Kuromame. These are dried black beans. It is called kuromame. I rehydrate them with the water. And I use an iron pot to make black beans beautiful and shiny. I soak them for 1 day and I simmer them until they become tender. Beautiful. And I soak them in the syrup. This is also an essential menu in Osechi. We eat kuromame to hope we'll work healthy. Okay, Ichinoju is done. Next, middle box. This box is called Ninoju. They're meat and fish dishes. At first, I'll introduce sabazushi. These are fillets of mackerel. In Japan, mackerel is called saba. And I'll make shimesaba. We can preserve it for a longer time than raw mackerels because of salt and vinegar. I soak the fillets in the vinegar sauce for 90 minutes. Meanwhile, I turn over them. I peel off the skin by hand. I place sumeshi on it. I roll it with a sheet of cloth. This menu is not essential in Osechi, but I'm sure lots of people like sushi. I cut it into pieces with yanagi knife. Okay, sabazushi is done. Next, chicken tsukune. In this osechi, tsukune is only meat dish. Of course, you can add more meat dishes, pork and beef. I introduced the recipe of tsukune in the previous video. If you are interested in, please check it. I place the patties on the pan and I cook it with a little bit water. And I coat tsukune with a sauce. This sauce is the same sauce as teriyaki sauce. The smell of teriyaki sauce makes my mouth watery. Yes, tsukune is done. Before arranging the grilled fish, I place the chopped Japanese leek. I'll introduce grilled yellowtail, salmon, and horse mackerel. At first, yellowtail. Yellowtail is called buri in Japanese, and it's one of the most common fish in Osechi. I'll make yellow mackerel teriyaki. I soak them in the sauce. I soak them for 30 minutes. And I saute them on the well-heated pan. I cook them over high heat for a short time. Nice browned. And I add the sauce. I reduce the sauce. And I make teriyaki thick and rich. Looks so delicious. Buri no teriyaki is done. Then I'll make miso salmon. This dish is called saikyo-yaki. I explained it how to make it in this video. I soak the salmon in the miso sauce for 3 days. And I grill the salmon with charcoal. I add mirin to make the salmon shiny. Okay, miso salmon is done. It makes the look of the box gorgeous. At last, I'll make horse mackerel no yuan yaki. Horse mackerel is called aji in Japan. I also introduced the recipe in this video. I sometimes show you how to cut the fish into fillets. Okay, I put the sauce over them. And I add yuzu to give the nice aroma to the fishes. The feature of yuan yaki is the aroma of yuzu. I make cuts on the surface. Nice. I put the skewers to them. Let's grill them with charcoal. I rolled the fillets. This helps to make them tender, because the fillets are cooked evenly and gradually. And the charcoal gives amazing smell to the ingredients. Finally, I add the sauce to them. Very beautiful. Aji no yuan yaki is done. And I add some garnishes besides the grilled fish. First, lotus root. Lotus root is called renkon. The feature of it is nice crunchy texture. And I cut it into flower shape. This is a Japanese traditional work. I cut it carefully with mukimono knife. Great. I cut it thinly and blanch them. Perfect. I soak them with a sweet vinegar sauce. Next, I'll use turnips. It's called kabu in Japanese. I also cut it into flower shape with usuba knife. I cut it into mesh pattern to 2/3. Nice. Good. I squeeze out the excess water, and I also soak them in the sweet vinegar sauce. Next, I'll simmer sweet potato with syrup. I cut it into bite-sized pieces, and I boil them with gardenia to make it a nice yellow color. Okay. I boil them until they become tender. Then I simmer them with syrup. At last, this is blanched green beans. Ninoju is done. Then I'll introduce the bottom box. This is samnoju. In this box, I use lots of vegetables. First, red carrot. It is called kintoki ninjin in Japanese. I cut it and I use a plum blossom mold. I make cuts between flower petals. And then I'll cut it a bit to make it 3-dimensional. This is an also Japanese traditional work. Good. And dried shiitake mushrooms. They give nice flavor to dashi. I'll make tazuna konnyaku. This means to control our emotion and a good encounter. They have different meanings. It's interesting. And this shape absorbs the flavor well. Next, bamboo shoots. It is called takenoko in Japanese. Now it's out of the season of takenoko, but we often use it in osechi. I cut it into bite-sized pieces. Okay, I simmer them in the dashi. I introduced a similar dish in this video. Next, I'll simmer taro as well. I peel the skin and make the shape into hexagon. We often do this cutting way in osechi and auspicious meals. Like this. Beautiful. And I boil it with the water, which I rinse the rice to make them white. and I simmer it with dashi. At last, leaf-shaped squash. I cut it into pieces. Okay, and then I cut it into the leaf shape. Good. I cut it like this. And make V-shaped cuts to the surface. Beautiful. Are you interested in Japanese knife skills? I simmer them with dashi. Let's arrange it on the box. These vegetables are so beautiful and colorful. Okay, san no ju is done. I'm so happy I introduced Japanese culture to you. Thank you. How is Japanese osechi? It took a long time to make osechi and this video. But it's really fun and happy for me. I learned a lot of things from this osechi. I hope you enjoyed this video. And this video is the last video in this year. I posted my first video on January 13th. Sometimes I struggle to make videos and speak English. But I was able to continue making videos because you always encouraged and motivated me. Thank you so much. And next year, I'll keep making more interesting and informative videos. Finally, I wish we will have a wonderful year and I'll achieve 100,000 subscribers. Thank you, see you next year.